to Weekly Talk. I'm Chris, and to my left is Danny. Alright.
So this is episode 9, and I currently have heartburn out the ass. Why do you think that is, Danny?
Because you eat shitty-ass food, Chris. Before
I
bed.
eat shitty-ass food before bed, guys, and I don't know why, but it's easier than not eating shitty-ass food. So, I guess, lesson learned. I'm gonna stop eating shitty-ass food before bed, 'cause this fucking hurts, man. And she took my last fucking, heartburn pill last week, and we've
Haven't replaced it?
yet to re-up. So.
Alright, I don't think anyone wants to hear about your heartburn, but...
Alright, let's drive on. You guys know what segment I've recently introduced, so that's where we're starting this show.
You have received a voicemail.
Hi, Danny and Chris. This is Shelley. I just wanted to thank you for inviting me to come on your podcast someday. WTF! Exclamation point. And to let you know that I'll be in Cleveland around Double Xmas whenever that date is announced. And I look forward to meeting you and talking with you. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Hey, Chris, this is Landon. Give you a movie to do a review on. It's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. One of my favorite horror B movies. All right, guys. Have fun.
Hey, guys, it's Kat. Love the podcast. I do have a B list movie for you guys, a horror movie. How about Evil Dead, the original, 1 and 2? Pretty good. And then it spun off to a little series on Showtime, which was also good. But I'm actually fixing to go see it right now with my daughter, so I'm so happy. See y'all later. Bye.
Hey, this is Jamie Yoder. I was just giving a call about your podcast on a scary or Halloweenish type movie. One I like from back when I was about my oldest's age was the movie Cube. So why don't you guys evaluate that one? Talk to you later. Bye.
So those were the voicemails. As you've heard, we invited this woman named Shelley to come onto the show. That's way down the road. It's going to be around the time that MGK does his Double Xmas show. What's significant about Shelley is that she follows MGK around, but not in the stalker type. More
Definitely
of
a super fan type. She's probably a bigger fan than I am.
Yeah, so she's been to plenty of shows, and something that stuck out was that she mentioned that she likes to buy extra tickets for the people who can't afford. Obviously, she's not buying
thousands of tickets,
Yeah.
a couple here and there, which is pretty cool because I don't see a whole lot of people doing that.
No, that's dope. That's definitely supporting, your fellow fans. So we reached out to her and asked if she'd like to come on. So there's that, and then we got voicemails. We do know one of the people is actually Golden Eagle's wife, all right? And I swear to fucking God, if this is some B-rated German movie, because I've never...
Don't steal my line, Chris, because that's what I said, seriously.
Yeah, behind the
Offline.
scenes. We've never heard of the Cube, so
No.
we're probably going to look into it, but...
We may need subtitles, but who knows?
We don't know. So obviously you guys know what the next part is.
You have received a new electronic communication.
So you guys remember a couple weeks ago when we had that guy who was talking about how his fiance had cheated on him with his best man?
Yeah, we told him not to go back to her.
Well, he took that advice, all right? He hit us up, and this is his update. He says, loving a show. I'm a repeat writer. I almost said repeat offender. My fiance cheated, and I'm not taking her back. Woo! I feel like I've got a new lease on life, I lost everything, 4 years of building finances and materialistic items, but none of that matters because I'm choosing not to put up a fight for any of it. I would say that's probably your best plan of exit.
Yeah.
I was thinking of killing myself and I couldn't deal with it, and then I heard your show. As Chris would say, I found you through the rabbit hole of YouTube, and I'm so unequivocally grateful for that.
Lay down.
I don't need her. I don't need any woman, for that matter. I did some soul searching, like Chris suggested, and I dug deep. Now, if you guys remember, I told him, 4 years is quite a long time, and I think he should have figured out what he's into, what it is that he, is looking for. And it turns out, he decided what he wants as a man, because he continues with, I'm gay! And he put an exclamation point, exclamation point. That's not me, emphasizing.
No.
So, cool, man. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. However, this email is, he's not just updating us. By the way, he knows Shelly. He said that she is an amazing person to have on the show. Teasing her was a good idea. She's followed MGK around, and she's like a minor celebrity within EST. Shelly, you might know this guy. If you've ever met anybody reluctant to come out of the closet, this is him. I can't give you his name.
No.
Alright, so he goes on to say, I'm so confused and scared. And he emphasized the fuck out of that part. My parents do not like the thought of their young boy being gay. I had an encounter when I was younger, and they insisted that it was a phase, and my dad even went as far as to say, I'll knock the gay out of you, when he found out.
Because that'll fix it.
Yep. We all know how that works. Hey, I don't like it. I'm going to beat it. Alright, so then he says, I can't tell them, but I can't keep it from them. It's kind of like a double-headed sword with this man.
Yeah.
My mom is my best friend. My dad is a dick.
Wow.
Alright, my kids are probably going to feel that way one day. Alright. But I need my mom. If I tell them, that's it, no more family. They're already mad that the wedding is off. And I can understand where he's coming from. They probably put a little bit of money into this.
And,
so
supported it.
I'd probably be a little upset.
Not the life.
If I tell them that I enjoyed the sex I had during my quote-unquote phase, that's it. I'm cut off. No more support. That scares me, and I can't handle being without them. Alright, so this is where the dude becomes like a dick. Not gonna lie. Chris, I'm sorry, man, but this one is for Danielle. You can read it, but this is for Danny to answer. And do not cut her off. He even went as far as to threaten me. Says, I'm gay, but I'm a big gay guy, and I'll fight for my girl Danny. That's pretty cool. Whatever. Said that he's spelling her name with 2 N's because she insisted that it's more strong, and I trust her because she's smart. Blah, blah, blah. He's really talking Danny up. And that's cool with me. I mean, whatever. I've been talked up. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. I'm not jealous. Why are you looking at me like...
all jealous.
Man, alright, it's not even jealous. Here's what it is.
It's not about him. That's what it is.
She might be right. That might be what it is. It's just fucking weird. How are you going to email me?
Because he can't contact me. You
True.
have
Alright,
email.
yeah. You're right. Oh, and we decided we're not changing the email.
No.
It's going to remain WTF Dave and Chris.
It's more of like a
original?
marker. Yeah, like, original.
It shows, progression.
And we like Dave.
Yeah. Dave, you get to keep the email.
Name.
Here we go. How do I do this, Danny? I've weighed my options, and I know I will be disowned if I come out, which is a pretty shitty fucking thing.
Yeah.
I'm losing all but maybe my younger brother. I'm happy you have some sort of support. I need my mom to know, but can I expect her to keep a secret this big? Me personally, I don't think you can, and she probably won't. Can you offer any help? I'm positive that I'm gay, so this isn't just a phase, alright? This is for sure. I've even been fooling around with this guy named Nate. Nate, if you're hearing this, you know who you are. And he's just so great to me, but I can't keep sneaking around my parents. So now I'm thinking that this guy's dynamic is that he might live with his parents.
Well, I mean, either that or he probably relies on them not just financially, maybe emotionally.
What do you think he means by sneaking around them?
Oh, I mean...
Like, just keeping it a secret?
Not saying he's in a relationship with anyone. I mean, just not telling anyone.
No offense, Chris. You can read this email and offer your opinion, but I'm more interested in what your beautiful wife has to say.
Mm-hmm.
I love her voice and how smart she is. Thank you guys so much. Please don't read my name. I love you guys. Chris, you're so fucking cool. You're really amazing. I'm not just here to talk your wife up. Alright, nah, actually, I added the rest. Danny already saw the email, so she know he ain't write that. He did send another email that mentioned something about how annoying our fucking dogs are. Which
yeah, we already know. We've had to stop this podcast like 5 times.
Yeah,
too.
And Kumar is actually sitting in here with us because he thought it was
refuses
so
to be locked out of the room. So.
Oh, he even said, "Your dogs are so fucking loud, but it's awesome that you care about them the way you do." Bub will go with Danny if this queer has anything to do with it. Oh, all right. Bring it.
Oh, okay.
All right. So back to the discussion at hand. This is where I'm gonna turn it over to Danny because Chris is no longer allowed to talk.
Well.
What? Did I cut her off?
Oh,
I'm joking. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, almost lost my dog here.
Bub almost fell off our little makeshift bench.
You good? Okay.
As you notice, no Bobby this week, by the way.
No, obviously not. It's just Chris and I. So if you don't like hear my voice, I apologize. Well, this is kind of tricky to answer. I mean, it just really depends on how your family really supports you, whether you can afford to be on your own. Like, I'm not saying don't tell your family, but if they're supporting you financially, you have to think about the effects of telling your mom and maybe your dad finding out, because I'm assuming it's more your father than your mother.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think his mom would be able to keep this to herself?
Well, I don't know. You know, there's some crappy mothers, and I'm not saying your mother's crappy, but I mean, there's some moms that do be talking shit.
I know of a couple. All right, back to the discussion.
So, I'm always about letting people know what's on my mind at all times. Chris will know this.
Oh, yeah.
So, I would definitely not keep it in because I couldn't. I have to tell someone something. Like, I can't just hold it in.
Oh, and telling us, man, nothing. You didn't tell anybody, and I did cut her off, and she is so mad.
I know. I'm trying to collect my thoughts. I'm trying to give good advice, not.
He said I was allowed to offer a little bit, but
little bit.
He doesn't really. I honestly, the way you worded that email, I don't think you want to hear what I want to offer. I'm a nobody. I'm a fucking what
I'm a nobody too.
Yeah, but I feel like you're more of a nobody than I am because he like put me below the dirt.
No, I think he just wants a girl's perspective. That's all.
What makes you think you're gay?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
All right, now first off,
because you were staring at me.
I think he knew that we were gonna ask that because he said, "I'm not gay. I don't think I'm gay. I know I'm gay." Dude,
I mean, you have a feeling. Who knows? Like, maybe it was just in the back of his mind the whole time.
About your second email pertaining to your relationship with
If you feel like it's the right thing to do, go ahead and do it.
Correct.
I mean, there's no...
Our fans don't need to hear it.
Nope.
But we do want to address it with you.
Personally, I would just tell your mom, if you need her in your life, then she should be understandable not to tell your dad if she wants to remain like a part of your life.
Yeah, emphasize that. Look, we can't tell dad. I want you to know because I'm a mama's boy, and I get it, dude. I'm there.
Hey.
No, I'm not. It's not. I'm not bashing, dude. I've been there. Everybody at one point in time is a mama's boy. So go through with it, and know that if she actually cares, she'll abide by not telling your father.
But it's okay if you don't want to tell them. I'm always about it's your choice. I'm just giving you kind of like how I would take it, but you don't always have to follow our advice.
Do you think having his younger brother is enough to not worry about losing mom and dad?
I mean, no.
Well, yeah, because we don't know the context. When you say support, are you talking financially? Are you talking emotionally? What are you talking?
I mean, yeah. I mean, just depends. Like, they support you. Okay. Well, I mean, there's a lot of support, like different ways you can support someone. So I'm assuming you need them as someone to be there, but it could be financially too. I really don't know, so I don't want to give you like advice. Go ahead and tell them, and then you have no money to support
End
your
up
living.
homeless because you came out of the closet. Yeah.
So just take our opinions with a grain of salt.
Yeah, because only you know you.
And your situation.
That's pretty much all I think we should share.
Yeah.
All right. So, everybody knows what's going on in the news today. We are on day 6 of the GM strike. Now, I'm not sure if it's the biggest strike in history, but I do know it's a nationwide strike. Did you read about how they were talking about reopening the Lordstown plant?
All I know about that is they were trying to open it up with lower pay. I don't know how low, but they weren't really satisfied with it.
No, yeah, they declined the thing, or they declined the offer. But I don't think it was for like cars. I think they were gonna reopen it as a battery facilitating plant.
Oh, I thought it was for like an electric truck is what they were trying, but it's all talk. I just see hearsay and see articles all the time, but I thought it was an electric truck, but you could be right.
Right now, you can't find, one headline that isn't mentioning UAW. It's the UAW strike puts Trump and the GOP in a political bind in the key states for the next primary. GM strike talks resume as, resume. As Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders set to visit picket line. Elizabeth Warren, I believe that is, somebody political.
I have no idea who that lady is.
We be liars if we say we know who she is.
I have no idea who she is.
What the fuck is her name? Mara Barron? Is that her name? The girl who's the head of GM, the CEO, or something like that. I don't know what her name is, but they said that this woman makes like $1 million a day type shit, and she's talking about wanting them to have lower wages and lower health care and blah blah blah. What do you think our problem is with the workforce versus the work employees?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
I feel like as we progressed as an economy, it's become like more about. All right, so you're in a field where you're actually somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a field where I'm a number. Okay.
I'm a number too. They just pay me a little bit more to do my number job.
I feel like in your day-to-day job.
They call it a warm body. Just an FYI. They don't care how good you are. It's a warm body.
All right. So. Yeah. So that's pretty much how I feel like the workforce sees its employees. You're expendable. You're nobody. And I feel like the guy all the way at the top isn't grateful for the guy all the way at the bottom.
Well, they just don't see how hard it is to do their job. And you know what? I know I wouldn't want to be working for, it's going to sound a lot to some people, like $9 an hour. There's no way.
Well, did they just pass that $15 minimum wage?
I don't know. If they did, I haven't seen it for certain people.
Now, I know the debate behind the minimum wage thing, and my argument, if we raise minimum wage, we're raising everything else. You're going to raise cost of living.
Yeah, they're going to raise the cost of living, and
you're going to make the money that my wife and I have worked for way less than what it actually is. You know what I mean? You went to school to get that, quote, that number that you got. And now if they drive up to the minimum wage to $15 an hour, they just dropped you down by $6 an hour. Or, you know what I mean?
I guess, but I don't know if they also increase
our
wage. I don't know.
I feel like they should have to. If you're gonna increase
Like,
minimum wage, you should have to give us a raise.
A lot of people make almost the same that, like, you would make, or I would make. Why would I want to go to college? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
The whole GM thing's got a lot of people talking. We are my shop is actually backed by Teamsters. I'm not gonna say I'm either here nor there for them, but they are in support of GM. They are refusing to transport any of the vehicles for GM. So a lot of people are standing behind you guys there at GM.
Yeah.
I get the struggle you're going through. We have personal friends impacted.
That had to move to Michigan.
They had to fucking uproot their whole lives for this fucking job. Not only, they've been burned. This is their third time. And the first time was crucial, man. It was right after they bought their house, dumped all their savings into it, got laid off for 9 months. So you two know who you are. I applaud your loyalty. I'd have given up a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we're here with you, man. I hope this good fight ends up getting you what you deserve. Not what you want, what you deserve. And maybe those two are the same.
I guess.
All right. I know Danny's not feeling this talk.
No.
She's looking at me like...
I'm sorry. Like, I understand, like, it's all over.
It's probably the biggest article in America right now.
Especially in our area, since we had a GM plant literally like 20 minutes away from us. So.
Yeah,
it's kind of a bigger deal around here because we've had a lot of people impacted around here.
A lot of families had to move, and I hate to say it, but this one little town is gonna end up to be a dying town if we don't get something in there. They've already talked about how the economy just in that area and surrounding areas have been impacted because the restaurants aren't getting the daily lunch people. The gas stations aren't getting the daily commuters. So it's crazy to see how much of an impact a business closing down can have. And I don't think the people at the top really give two shits about that impact.
Yeah.
All right, so Danny brought it up to me, which means if she brought it up and I was thinking the same thing, it's got to be talked about. I don't care about the fucking guy. I don't care about sports. Antonio Brown. What the fuck is this man doing?
I have no idea. We were making jokes, and then he, from the Raiders, and he went to Patriots, and literally they just dropped him.
What?
Yep.
Didn't read that. Oh, shit. So Danny's got a little bit more knowledge than I do on this one.
So I guess he had more allegations, this time from an artist he had hired to, I think, paint a mural in his house. He was just giving her some pretty bad vibes, like unwanted advances. And, they doesn't go into any more detail than that, but
See,
they pretty much...
I heard he exposed himself. Now, what does that mean? I just pulled my junk out and showed it to you?
I don't know. And whoever does that, it's freaking weird.
That's creeper status all day.
Like, who thinks that it's okay to just, like, stare at someone or whatever and just, like, pull your pants down or whatever the hell? Like, why... the hell? Like,
well,
I don't know. I understand mental illnesses and stuff, but
little boys and girls out there, I guess we've all been taught wrong. Money does not buy you the girl you want.
One more thing on him. I guess they signed this $9 million contract, like due at signing or whatever. But they were talking. No, they were talking about it wasn't due all at signing. So how much do you think he got? No, I don't know.
Probably 30%.
Yeah.
Probably 30%.
Maybe.
Because I know that Longstreet's explained to me that the way contracts worked is if you don't fulfill your contract, you have a guaranteed portion of said contract. So even just for me to throw my name down on that fucking piece of paper, you're guaranteeing me, a percentage of that contract. And any percentage of $9 million is a lot of money to receive for nothing.
Yeah.
Let's be real. So, let's see.
And no one wants to sign with someone that's a creeper, just an FYI.
Well, I don't know. Netflix did keep what's that fucking guy's name? Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
They did keep him on that House of Cards.
Well, there was I know.
Oh, Netflix, man.
Yeah.
Whew, you guys are fucking murdering it with these fucking originals, dude. Yeah. I'm hooked. And her and I have been watching this show. It's called Grand Design. This is a fucking badass show. I wish, just temporarily, I wish for like the entertainment value, we lived in England, because they got some badass fucking TV shows, man. So, if anybody knows of a way that I can acquire like an English streaming fucking app or something.
I just love the way they say things. What was instead of saying the Goodwill like we have, she's like
the charity shop.
The charity shop. Oh my god,
We
I
went over
love
to the charity shop.
I think if we ever go thrift shopping again, I'm just gonna say let's go to the charity shop.
I can't figure out what the one room was called. Like what I don't know if it was the living room. I don't know what they called it. The holiday let. We're trying to refix up our holiday let.
I just love their like sayings, their wording. Like
me personally, I just like accents. I like to pretend that I'm good at them.
Australian accents are good. Those are my favorite accents. But I love the England, any like their sayings and stuff. It's just
my name is Borat.
No, Christopher.
My sister, number 2 prostitute. I used to have a really good Borat accent, but I've grown out of it because I've gotten better at other ones.
No, you have not.
You like this voice?
No.
You like this voice? Nobody likes this voice. I don't know why she don't like it. That's my seductive voice. If you know I'm trying to get something, it's because I go, you like this voice, Danny?
He's not getting any of that.
All right. So we were wrong. They are not called the Taylor Gang.
Oh, God. Well, I had to think on the fly.
But how dope would that have been if they were? That would have been hood as shit because that would have been like conflicting.
That's the Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
But I get, because Bobby's like, oh, it's pretty cool that Wiz Khalifa is like, I'm like, damn it. It's not the Taylor Gang. It's the Swifties.
Shit. Oh, back to the Netflix thing. Guess who they just picked up, America?
Who'd they pick up?
You know who they picked up, Danny, but I'm happy that you played along. My personal favorite comedian, Jerry Seinfeld. They just acquired the complete series of Seinfeld for how much?
You've told me this 5 times, and I still don't know.
You know why she doesn't know?
Because I really don't like Seinfeld, unfortunately.
Who are these people? You know, she does not like that kind of humor, but it was $500 million.
Which I understand because I tried to buy Chris a ticket for like his birthday, and not happening.
Yeah. For her and I to go see Mr. Jerry Seinfeld, $1,500 for 2 shitty seats.
Yeah. Sorry.
So Jerry Seinfeld, if you ever hear this, I would very much appreciate to see you live. So make that happen. Shelly, you're all about buying people stuff.
Chris.
I'm joking. Every episode, I gotta ask for something free. So I honestly feel like, all right, so this is the first year that Seinfeld has not been the highest paid comedian. I think that this might push him over back into number 1 slot for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, $500 million acquisition is a pretty...
Well, who's number 1 now?
Kevin Hart. Yeah. Kevin Hart.
I mean, I like Kevin Hart and all.
He's going through a little bit of a scandal right now, too. Aside from the back thing, aside from wrecking a car, somebody came out and said that there is a sex tape of her and Kevin Hart that was not given permission to be recorded, and they are suing him.
Oh.
Do you believe this?
I mean...
No! I don't got a good Kevin Hart voice, but... No! Dude, what are you fucking doing, man? How many marriages are you gonna go through because you can't keep the dick in your pants?
Well, this could have been way before.
I suppose. I'm not a big fan of fame driving the marriage apart. You know what I mean? Like we talked about Logic a couple weeks ago, Kevin Hart now. Mm-hmm. If you were there with me, getting to that status, you're gonna be there with me afterwards. Applaud to Snoop Dogg, because that man keeps it real.
Yeah.
T.I. too. T.I.
Stop.
We see what you're working with, so that had to have been hard. I'm joking.
Driving on.
I'm joking. You could do much better, though. I'm joking. So Facebook announced that they're working on something called it's gonna be like their version of a Supreme Court. What do you think of this?
I don't know. You have to go further into just thinking the Supreme Court. What do you?
Oh, my bad.
I don't know anything about it.
Let me take you to that cliff and drop you off. So it's going to be all right, so you're going to be elected to this chair, and you're going to have 3 years in this chair, all right? It's
A
gonna
Facebook chair?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a diverse group of people, they claim, because they got to get every ethnic background.
What, 3 whites and a black guy?
Maybe. That's what we consider diverse.
There's a black guy in there.
Yeah. It's all good. They're going to handle controversial posts, which is cool, I guess. We need to govern, because controversial is in bullying and shit like that. So that does kind of need to be governed. But they're going to also look into appeals from users and a company alike. I just hit my fucking booth. But what they mean is if you delete my post, if Facebook says that I have a controversial post and I decide that it's not controversial, these people on the
Committee.
FSC, the Facebook Supreme Court.
Oh, fine.
I made that up, not them. So if they take that, they owe me money. But on their Supreme Court, they will look in to see if maybe they did, pull down a post that really wasn't that bad, or maybe I'm being a bully. Yeah, so that's pretty much what they're
Well,
there for.
Chris will be kicked off real fast.
The fuck too?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, get the fuck out. What, because Tom McDonald blocked me? By the way, I did receive his album, That Works.
Yeah. And
I'm not going to backpedal. I still hate the fucking guy. But the album's not bad.
I don't really care for it, but I never really cared for
I
his
give credit
music.
where credit is due.
There's only a couple songs I do like.
You put out 3 good songs out of the 21. Driving on.
Okay.
But yeah, so the whole Facebook thing, I think it's cool. We need to govern bullying. That's been coming for a long time anyway. Let's see here. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Hey, Lady Gaga. Hey, you want a hat dog?
What the
You want a
hell?
Chicago dog?
Shut up. What are you
Lady
talking
Gaga. No.
What?
Lady Gaga may act in a reboot of Little Shop of Horrors as
Hairs?
Little Shop of Horrors as Audrey. And I do think, wasn't that a high-pitched voice, like a squealing type of voice? Have you ever seen Little Shop?
I have seen, but you know what? It's been...
I talk like this.
I think so. It's
Like
been
a
long
Minnie Mouse
time,
type of vibe.
But honestly, I don't care. I really liked that movie. It was more of the plant. The plants, Seymour, feed me. You don't remember the plant?
No.
The big ass plant? That's the whole freaking... Oh my god.
Baby, I didn't watch the movie. I just know characters from it. It's pop culture, icon type of movie. It was... what do they call those?
But
Cult
that was
classic.
the main character, the big ass plant.
Oh, alright, whatever.
That eats people.
Oh.
Sorry, plot's killed, but...
So what is this, Plants vs. Zombies?
No, he...
No, alright, driving on, because I don't know what the fuck you're even talking
Okay,
about.
well, why'd you even bring it up if you don't
Because
know
of
the movie?
Lady Gaga in the Chicago hat dog! God damn it! I don't even know why Alright, so Lady Gaga probably isn't from Chicago. But I like how... Is it even Chicago that I'm thinking of?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I thought it was
It's
New York.
Boston.
Is it Boston?
It's You want a Boston hot dog?
No.
No?
Now you're just pulling shit out of your ass.
Your ass.
Get
No,
away
who
from
has
me.
that accent from The Departed? You know the movie The Departed with Leo and Matt Damon? They're these I think it's Boston. Do Boston?
I mean,
do
they have
do
an
them massholes
cat.
have a fucking accent?
Yeah.
What'd you just say?
Cat.
Let's get to the cat. Get to the cat. Are you saying Kyle? You saying cat? Kyle? You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
No.
I'm about to make you drive on.
All right.
Get to the point.
If you're from a state that has a hardcore accent, dude, I'm begging you to leave me a voicemail, please.
Oh my god.
We did get rid of our very first 20 pieces of merchandise. I didn't tell the people what they are,
Oh.
but Danny saw them. What do you think?
I like them. Honestly, I'm going to keep one for myself, but there's going to be 20 sent to you all. But
I think it's cool. We're slowly picking up traction, so I kind of want to give a a little bit of appreciation to the people who actually helped us pick up this traction. You know what I mean? So that's cool. You'll get it in the mail. Charmaine, your CD's coming. You're going to receive this before you receive
whenever
your
we
CD.
get the CD. I mean, it's been forever. Did he say when he
No,
was...
it's just it's on back order. And I didn't want to say anything about it being on back order. So, it's on back order, Charmaine. It'll be here when it gets here. It's coming, though. It is coming.
Yeah, we didn't forget about you.
Derek. We sent Derek his... Man, this is crazy. 'Cause I made a post that said, Derek, we ain't forget about you, and blah, blah, blah. I ordered your fucking print and sent it to you. Guess what, though? I did forget about him until I was scrolling through my...
Oh, Chris.
I meant to make the order the night that he became our 100th subscriber, and I didn't. It was just sitting there in a cart, unpaid for, unsent. So, it's on its way.
I was wondering. I'm like...
Yeah,
randomly put a post. I'm like, didn't we send him that already? But no, Chris does most of the financial stuff. I don't even pay attention half the time.
Oh, did you read about Purdue Pharma?
I took that off my list of things I wanted to talk about because I thought it was too, like...
No, that is fucking
the
legit.
OxyContin.
They made OxyContin, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's going on with them, Danny? Because this is your field.
Well, they're pretty much blaming, I don't know... Purdue just happened to file for bankruptcy, but, like, you know, the whole drug epidemic and everyone's overdosing, and
aren't they being, like, sued by a lot of fucking people?
Yeah, they're, like, billions of dollars. So they're just, like, decided, you know what, we're going to go into bankruptcy because, I mean, they're blaming, OxyContin as a main factor of people.
I'm gonna have to say that OxyContin was the driving factor in the addiction epidemic.
I mean, I'm not discrediting it, like, but that's still, like, crazy. But I took it off my list because I didn't think you wanted to talk about it.
He had worn a higher.
What? Chris?
Ohio. I'm just trying to talk accents, but no.
Okay.
Here in Warren, Ohio, if you say Ohio,
Oh.
there's a good chance that you were not taught how to pronounce your fucking state.
Stop.
Man, is it? I'm not trying to bash. I know I'm all about fucking peace, love, positivity,
We woke
equality.
up on the wrong side of the bed
Yeah,
today,
dude. Obviously, because I am fucking on some hater raid.
Yep.
For sure. But no, here in Ohio.
Must be that heartburn.
Well, it's kind of weird, man, because you would just watch. Now, the doctors were prescribing this shit crazily. Mm-hmm. Actually, it was Florida. I know people who would drive down to Florida because they can get like 15 fucking scripts filled and then drive back up here and sell them for fucking buku. And
but nowadays, they call that doctor shopping.
Yeah, yeah, that's the term, too.
And, you know...
That's illegal.
It is pretty much illegal. Nowadays, we have this lovely thing where we can check your guys' pharmacy, you know, all the prescriptions you get filled and kind of see... what prescriptions you have now, and that's like I don't know, I think it's nationwide, but I can see like where you get your prescriptions like filled at and see what you got filled. So don't expect your doctors, hopefully if they're good enough, not to look into what prescriptions you're...
All right, yeah. Because that shit, man, like I said, it was an epidemic. And we watched it sweep through our fucking county. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was
there's ODs all
over.
A
lot of people I went to high school with gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's crazy. Back in the day, Dave used to say, "Death plays no favorites," and it's true, man. Because I watched, your wealthy people, the kids who would pick on me. Mm-hmm. They're not here. No, I mean, and I'm not.
I mean, it's okay, Chris. Just the kids that picked on them, y'all are dead.
Yeah, well, because they were better. They were richer.
They were better than you.
Not better, but they had more money than my parents.
To afford the drugs?
Yeah. So whatever. What I'm saying is it doesn't, it could happen to anybody. And after the whole heroin, after the pills, what they move on to? What are they doing now? Meth? What's the new epidemic here? And I don't want to say what.
Fentanyl, but that's like mixed in with stuff.
Yeah, fentanyl is not a choice. I don't think, is it?
I'd hope not. Y'all that's some crazy stuff.
But I know that I can't go buy like Sudafed, right? Without like getting ID'd? Yeah. Because of like a limit?
Well, it's to make meth or whatever. Yeah. But
so yeah.
I mean,
but meth probably isn't as big like
no, it's heroin. and then fentanyl is getting mixed in with.
Oh well, pretty much the people who caused this stupid ass fucking epidemic, they're getting sued by a lot of people, and now they're looking for bankruptcy protection. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I mean, they filed bankruptcy. I mean, they probably ran out of freaking money to start paying all these people.
How can you? Just like the Equifax data breach. These two don't go hand in hand.
I was
but
gonna say, I have no.
the situation, they ran out of money to pay the people back, so now they're begging you to download the free cybersecurity because they can't afford to give you the money from the settlement. So I thought that was kind of funny. If you're military, speaking of settlements and lawsuits, 3M, they totally fucked us. Totally fucked us.
Are you talking about the earbuds or whatever?
They from I think like 03 to I want to say 2013, they were supplying the U.S. military, that's all branches, with the earplugs. All right, these were not certified earplugs. They lied. Okay.
Oh no.
So if you are suffering, if you were in the military from any period of time, from 03 to whatever, and you are suffering any kind of hearing loss, go get yourself evaluated by a VA doctor or even your own doctor. Send that in and become a part of this lawsuit. It's a really big lawsuit. You are entitled to financial compensation.
I agree, especially if they said, "Oh, these will help you."
What'd you say? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, I mean, I feel like the military made me deaf as a motherfucker. I can't hear shit. Do you like fried chicken, Danny?
I do, Chris.
Do you like sweets, Danny?
And I do.
Do you like KFC's donut chicken sandwich?
I don't know if I'll ever try
That just sounds
I'm like,
horrible.
if you were bitching about heartburn, you'll really be getting heartburn and probably a heart attack
It
on
don't
top
sound
of
that good. First off, Blaze Donuts aren't my favorite.
It's kind of like their brand of chicken and waffles kind of thing. But
then just do chicken and waffles.
Like, who thought, oh yeah, let's put 2 glazed donuts and then a freaking chicken sandwich right between those. I'm sorry. You must be, just disgusting. That's nasty. I'm sorry. I love donuts. I like chicken. I don't want them together.
Shout out to my boy Ed on the next subject, okay? Plenty of Fish will no longer be allowing people to use filtered photos. So Ed, from here on out, you will be seeing the real deal. What you see is what you will get. There will be no showing up to the date and expecting, a 10 and getting a 1. I know, Danny. Don't give me that look. I'm just saying. Don't give me that look. Everybody knows. I know. We're good. J. Cole has announced that he will no longer be doing features, which means he's not going to appear on anybody's songs from here on out. And I have this theory that maybe it's because he's gearing up, because Kendrick's been pretty quiet too. Mm-hmm. So maybe they're gearing up to put out that joint album that was teased 4 years ago?
I don't know how long, but it's been a while.
So what do you think?
I mean, for Kendrick and Cole, or Cole not doing...
Well, no, I mean, do you think Kendrick and Cole is going to happen?
Maybe one day. I don't know about soon.
So that's not why he announced I'm not features no more?
Maybe because he knows he's that good and he don't...
No, he's dope. Shit. How do you feel about deportation?
Deport them all. No.
No. No,
I'm kidding.
No.
Well...
No, not the brand we're pushing.
No, that's not.
Pretty
well,
witty.
Why would you ask me that?
Very witty. Yeah, I know. It's kind of a dumb question.
Oh, yeah, I'm for it.
We're not in support of separating families.
No.
Definitely. And if orange is the new black is like...
Anything
if that's true...
That kind of sucks.
Then we're living in a very disgusting time and people are blind. Yep. But over the last fiscal year, that's October to October. So from October of 2018 to now, 385,000 deportation cases. What do you think of that?
That's pretty crazy.
That's a big fucking number. And I get it, dude. I get where most people are coming from. I understand that people, file the proper paperwork, do this, do that. But some of these children didn't have the choice.
Yeah.
And now, they're getting sent back to a country that they don't even know they're from. You know what I mean? So let's try to have a heart, I guess, in some situations.
Yeah.
So that's as political as we'll get for that. Might have just lost 2 fans. Whatever. the stripper who J-Lo portrays in that movie Hustlers,
Yeah.
which the movie did not do as well as they said they thought it would do. It didn't do that bad either. It did all right. But the stripper who J-Lo plays, first off, she claims that Cardi B should have played as her. She says that she looks more like Cardi B than J-Lo, which I think if you looked at a picture, you could probably agree. But in my eyes, all strippers probably look the same.
No.
Well, no, there is one called, what's that fucking place? Skippers. Skipper strippers are a breed of their own. I've never been to a strip club. This is just from what I'm told.
I'm just saying.
But the woman,
There's
she
some not so
claims
great
that the
people.
story is not true in its entirety, which, when you base a movie off of a story, you're only pulling the parts that you want. Let's be real. And then she says that people are only going to see it because it's J-Lo on a stripper pole. That's probably why they made the
Probably.
fucking movie.
I mean, it was about, strippers hustling.
That's probably why they made the movie. And if Danny were to be in a movie about stripping, I'm probably going to go see it. I don't really care about the plot. We could probably, I don't know. I mean, that's just where I say it. If you're making a movie about strippers, nobody cares about the plot. No, I mean, let's be real. Let's see. G-Eazy liked one of my posts today, which was very, very cool.
Yeah.
Shelly and I actually got into a conversation, and that's how I discovered that this woman. I'm not gonna talk too much about her, but that's how I discovered her following
you're not
MGK.
gonna have anything to talk about when
Because she does not like G-Eazy. She does not like him at all, and she's very open-minded, so I'll give her that. She's not one of the fans who will bash just to bash.
Yeah.
She's cool with you and I liking him. She's not going to try to sway us. But he replied to a post. Well, he didn't reply. He liked it. But I think that's enough indication to say that he's going to put out autograph pre-orders, because what I had asked is, will your next album be available for signing? Or will it be signed? Will signed copies be available? And then he liked it. So I'm assuming yes.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, because I have all of them.
Yeah.
We have a lot of G-Eazy autographs, and none of you guys are getting them. 6ix9ine. You want to talk about that at all?
Well, I mean, we can touch base on it.
All right. So
kind
he's
of
on
like,
trial.
Yeah.
What is it? Dave, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a fuck? This
4
dude
or
is...
5.
All right, so he's definitely breaking that golden rule, man. Don't snitch. I'm not a hood man, but we know not to snitch.
Well,
If you... All right, so...
I think...
The one rule that... And she hates the guy. His name's China Mac, but he said this.
Jesus.
If you're a gangster, then you chose that life, and you know not to snitch.
Yeah.
He doesn't expect Danny and I not to snitch, because we're not gangsters.
I was going to say, because I would definitely, like...
He says,
No, I'm not a gangster.
as Danny and I are regular civilians, we're doing our role. But if we were gangsters and we
That's
snitched,
not allowed.
yeah. So 6ix9ine, man, he's just snitching his way to fucking death, pretty much. I think he's getting somewhere stupid. Cause now he dropped Trippie Redd's name, Jim Jones, Cardi B. He said something about MGK killed Rap Devil, killed Killshot. He said, it was weird. Nah, I made up that last part.
I was going to say,
Did you see the meme? It said, do you have anything else to say? Yeah, MGK bodied Eminem. I thought that was funny.
You're going to say something about Cardi B. I allowed it.
Oh, you're going to allow me to say this?
Yes.
Okay. So, he said that Cardi B is a member of the 9 Trey Bloods. So we knew that Cardi B was affiliated with gangs. We didn't know that she was actually a part of one. So I asked Danny earlier. Now, everybody knows how a woman gets into a gang. She either gets her ass beat or she gets gang banged in. What do you think Cardi went with? I'm going with the gang bang. I feel like that's her thing.
I don't think she's getting beat.
No. Ride the dick like a BMX.
Yeah. I think we already know.
So she's a part of the 9 Trey way or whatever, and they are a part of her. I don't have much else, man. What other topics we got going on,
The only other
Danny?
topic, well, I have 2. We were talking about, you were singing a song earlier, but Aaron Carter, like, what the heck is going on with that guy right now?
Dude.
Like, his family, I know Nick Carter threw a restraining order his way, stating he threatened to kill his pregnant wife.
Okay.
And then his sister literally yesterday or something filed a restraining order. I didn't even know they had a sister, but
So
whatever.
is he going through like drug addiction? Is he going through like depression?
I'm gonna
What's going on with
obviously
him?
some depression going on there, but drug addiction possibly. Like he's just not in a good place. Like, and then I don't know.
We don't know every circumstance, so we don't know that we could say we would be there for him. But he needs somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to reach out to this man, not on a hey, you're famous.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to take that for advantage, but somebody needs to like.
But he won't. Another thing is he doesn't want contact from his family.
Oh, so he's reluctant to accept any help.
Yeah, like I don't know. He just started calling
maybe he's been
out
burned
his
before.
family. I don't know.
It's sad. All right, so I was pointing out to her, he has an album that's really similar to Justin Bieber's Purpose, and it was really crazy to hear that. Like, this dude has really good musical talent, yet it's being thrown away.
Yeah.
Did you read about the Britney Spears thing? Since we're talking about the Aaron Carter thing, what's her baby's dad name? What's that guy's name?
Oh, K-Fed.
K-Fed. K-Fed has custody of...
The number one baby daddy, or whatever.
Yeah, I guess he has custody of like 70-30. I don't know how they're...
Yeah,
But he filed a restraining order for the kids on the dad. What was that about?
I think either he was abusive towards the one, or he was verbally abusing the one. Just like, I don't really follow Britney Spears, but I do know like her dad was just being a dick, I guess. I don't know.
So I remember I posted earlier, I had asked if you guys would be receptive to 2 hours, and I actually got some pretty good feedback. Danny
I'm
not
sorry.
receptive.
It's not that I don't like doing a podcast. It's the fact that
eventually you run out of shit to say.
Yeah,
Me,
I
I personally
Chris
just like
can
to
talk to himself.
So if you guys want to tune in after the credits.
And my dogs really hate being locked out of the room from what
I don't even know if you guys can hear them. I'm really hoping you
Sam
can't.
is crying.
But he's like in there going.
Stop.
Do you got any other articles? Anything?
Yeah, we were gonna talk about this assisted suicide.
Oh, for my man Jay Vig. Josh, I did not do any research. This is all Danielle, okay?
Really? You don't have any input?
While she's talking, I'm gonna do some quick rundown research.
So, I mean, I'm aware of assisted suicide. Usually it's more towards physician-assisted suicide. That's the only one that we really
so is assisted suicide related to assisted living?
No. Like, what?
Is it like the opposite of assisted living?
No, Chris. Assisted living is where old people go to live.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, and it's like assisted dying is where old people go to die, right?
No, I mean, that's the saying, oh, you go there to die, but no.
No, assisted suicide, isn't that like you choosing to die? Fuck it, Josh, let her have this conversation. I don't know anything about it.
It's not like you choose to die. You have, like,
Oh, is it like that propofol thing?
No, what the hell are you talking about?
Like the Michael Jackson thing? Was that assisted suicide?
No, that was unwarranted homicide. Like,
oh shit! All right, one's illegal and one's not.
Well, technically, it's illegal in Ohio.
Is it immoral? It's more immoral than illegal, then, right?
It's like that's kind of the battle here. That's why it's only legal in 9 jurisdictions.
What?
In the United States.
Holy fuck!
I don't know how it is across the country, but in the United States, only 9 jurisdictions, and they have very fine criteria. You need to have at least 6 months or less to live. You have to have a terminal illness.
Oh, I've actually heard about this then. See, at first when he brought the subject up, I thought it was death by cop.
No.
I thought that was assisted suicide.
I mean, that's one way to go, but no. Usually
no.
when they talk about assisted suicide, it's the physician-assisted suicide, and usually they give the patient like barbiturates, medications, and you basically take an OD on them.
So it's like putting a dog down because he's hurting.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They don't care if you're hurting. That's the thing. Like, people want more qualifications in order. Depression, I've seen people saying they're trying to fight for that. That is not, I don't think in any way that should be allowed. Like, I'm so, like, So technically that's a rule. You have to be evaluated by, I think, 2 different providers.
Oh, so you can't be depressive.
No, and you cannot be, like, you can't have, how are you going to have depression and have a 6-month, that's where it gets kind of tricky. Like,
Yeah.
you can't have depression
I'm not allowed to be depressed even though you just told me I'm dying?
in 6 months or less, but no, you, like, if they have any signs of depression, they will not sign off on this, like, pretty much a death warrant. You're allowed to, like, so,
What do you think goes through the physician's mind if he's the one, performing this assisted
they're
suicide?
not, that's the thing. Like, they don't physically, like, push a
Administer?
medication. It is usually a pill form, and they hand it to the person, and the person has the choice. They don't have to take it now, but they can take it whenever. Like,
Yeah, because that really
they don't-
seems like morbidly
but
fucked.
I'm not gonna lie. If you have a 6 months or less diagnosis, and they, like, I got sidetracked because you always ask me questions, but even like chronic, like, debilitating, you can't get out of a wheelchair type of, like you're just no quality of life, that's type of stuff, and you don't have a 6 months, like, that's where I'm kind of for, like, if you don't have a quality of life, and I'm not saying, like, go ahead and off yourself, but if you're, like, hurting, like, chronically, I'm kind of
Dude,
for
Josh, what the fuck are you thinking? This is a fucked up subject, dude. What the fuck?
I mean, I enjoy,
Way
like,
different direction than I thought it was.
No, what the hell did you think
I
it
don't
was?
know. I thought it was I'm gonna have a standoff with the fucking cop.
No,
The
that's,
fuck, man?
unless Josh was talking about that too.
No,
but
I'm
that's
pretty
much
sure he's
assisted
talking about this
suicide is about,
morally
like,
fucked.
well, what is your thoughts, Chris? What would you think?
All right, so I can understand why it's illegal in most places, because you, to be a doctor and be willing to okay that,
There needs to be 2 doctors.
You're putting some mad stress on yourself, or you just have lack of.
Or you know your morals, like, that's the thing.
I don't know, man. I think it'd be tough to be one of the 2 that made that call.
Yeah,
you don't
but
like it?
I mean,
It's like pushing a red button on a human life.
but you're not pushing that button. You're
Oh
giving
yeah,
them
I
the
get.
option.
I like that you're giving them the pill and the option to take their own life. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're leaving the control up to them.
Mm-hmm. You're
But
just supplying them the medication.
you are-
You're basically a drug dealer that gives them way too much.
So you're no different than the gun dealer or the. All right, I got you.
But I don't know. There's channels to go through.
The
That's why there's only 9
regulations seem
jurisdictions.
a little weird too. Then, like you said, if I can't be depressed, but I can't be, I'm not happy that you just told me I'm dying.
In 6 months or less.
No, all right. So it's weird. I'm. This is the last time we'll ever talk about this on this show because I don't like this subject.
Yeah, Chris doesn't like to talk about
This is very awkward to me.
morbid.
It's Danny, she sees shit like this a lot. Not it's just
Not
suicide,
these. I
but
was just saying that's illegal.
This is her life. Like, it freaks me the fuck out. That's
I don't know. It's
good subject,
interesting.
Josh.
Yeah.
You just made me realize something though. Is this gonna be the new platform? Like, we're going to whatever somebody suggests we talk about. That's what we do at the end of the show.
If you're our listeners, I mean, as long as I'm okay with the content, like, I'm not going to talk about everything
Mitchell
under the
wants
sun.
us to talk about the vaping crisis, and I
But,
think we'll
you
discuss
know-
that more in detail next week.
Yeah.
Cause Danny keeps looking at that time ticker moving forward and forward and forward, and she's like blind, okay?
Yeah.
Like, she can't really see much
I don't
without
have
her
my glasses
glasses.
on.
So to see this lady over here squinting and like, what the fuck does that say? Says 19, baby. No, it don't. It says 59. So, all right, we're gonna drive this thing forward. We have one final thing.
What's that?
Today, I learned.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Oh, shoot. So while I'm reading mine,
No,
why
I
don't you
have
come
mine.
Oh, you do have
yeah,
mine?
I have it written down. I
Shut
just
the
have to...
fuck up.
Yeah.
Normally, when we do Today I Learned, one of us forgot, so the other one is actually buying time for the other one to serve.
No, I texted myself. Where did I put it? There we go.
Well, then I'm going to let Danny go first because I'm the one who forgot.
You know, I thought that's pretty crazy because I get these all the time. Today I learned that between 23 to 36% of people never experience a headache in their entire life. I want to be that person because I get them all the freaking time, and they're annoying, and sometimes they're like, I get migraines. So F you to the 23 to 36% that never get a headache.
You
in
ever
life.
you ever name your headaches? Like
No.
sometimes
like category 5
like
headache.
I call mine Danielle or no, I'm joking. I'm fucking with you. I normally call him Sam for the dog who's in there going.
That's wild.
Oh man, I'm sorry if you guys hurt our animals. I'm gonna try my hardest though.
We're soundproofing slowly.
Harold is obsessed with eating, as any cat
All the
is.
time.
But whenever we wake up and he hasn't been fed within 5 minutes, he'll throw a bitch fit.
Oh yeah.
Like, so I'm gonna record that, and you guys are gonna hear it next week. Because like anytime I describe it to somebody, they're like, "No way," but yes way. All right, so Christopher's today I learned. Oh, this is great. I actually asked this question to Danny about her mother about maybe 2 years ago, okay? So today I learned that Peggy is short for Margaret. The name Peg is the diminutive of Peggy, which is derived from Meggie, a, goddamn diminutive version of the name Margaret. Alright, so you guys go ahead and Google what the fucking word diminutive, D-I-M-I-N-U-T-I-V-E stands for. And then this might help you a little more. So today I learned that Peggy is short for Margaret. The name Peg is probably a short form of Peggy, which is derived from Meggie, and that is a version of the name Margaret. So Peg and Peggy are short for Margaret. What do you got for diminutive, Danny?
Extremely or unusually small.
So pretty much they didn't have to write that word.
Yeah, that's kind of like annoying. I'm sorry.
So today I learned that Peggy is short for Margaret. The name Peg is short for Peggy, which is derived from Meggie, which is short for Margaret. So Peg and Peggy are short for Margaret. All right. Thank you to CMH2075 for posting it the way you fucking did. All right. You kind of confused me. That's the end of our show. As always, it's been What the Fuck?
Weekly talk.
Danny and Chris.
Yep.
We love you guys. Keep sending us shit. Subscribe, follow, etc. Peace!
Bye.
Please remember to subscribe, follow, and email us at WTF Dave and Chris at gmail.com.